It started like so many modern love stories do, quietly, casually, with a message on a screen. In 2012, Dave Krupa was a mechanic living in Nebraska, recently divorced, trying to rebuild his life. He wasn't searching for anything serious, he just wanted connection. Like millions of others, he turned to online dating, unaware that a few conversations would pull him into one of the most disturbing true crime cases of the decade. That's when he met Shana Liz Golyar. Liz was a single mother, friendly, easy to talk to, someone who seemed harmless, even comforting. Their relationship was casual and uncomplicated. Around the same time, Dave met another woman online, Cari Farver. Kari was confident, intelligent, driven, a single mother working in tech. Dave was upfront with both women that he wasn't looking for exclusivity. At first, everyone seemed to accept that. But behind the scenes, something darker was already forming. Dave's connection with Kari intensified quickly. After only a couple of weeks, Kari showed up at Dave's apartment late one night in November 2012. According to Dave, she seemed emotional, upset, not quite herself. After that night, Kari left, and she was never seen again. Days passed, then weeks. Kari didn't show up for work. She didn't contact her family. Her phone went silent. Her loved ones grew desperate and reported her missing. Police searched for her car and eventually found it abandoned. There were no signs of violence, no witnesses, no body. With little evidence, investigators considered the possibility that Kari had left voluntarily or suffered a mental health crisis. Then, something strange happened. Dave's phone buzzed. It was a message from Kari. At first, Dave felt relief. If she was texting him, she had to be alive. But that relief didn't last. The messages quickly turned hostile, angry, obsessive, threatening. Kari accused Dave of betrayal. She demanded his attention. She warned him to stay away from Liz. Then, the threats escalated. She claimed she was watching him, following him, tracking his every move. Some messages promised violence, others promised death. The messages came constantly: texts, emails, social media posts. Hundreds turned into thousands. They arrived day and night. Some were loving, some were terrifying. Dave was living in fear. And Liz? She said she was terrified too. Liz claimed she was receiving the same messages, that Kari was stalking her, harassing her, obsessed with ruining her life. Together, Dave and Liz went to police again and again. But every time investigators looked deeper, they hit the same wall. Cari Farver was still active online. Her email accounts were sending messages. Her phone numbers were in use. Her social media showed activity. There was no proof she was dead. In fact, everything suggested she was very much alive and dangerously unstable. The harassment continued for months, then years. Dave changed his phone number. The messages followed. He moved homes. The messages followed. He tried to disappear. It didn't matter. Whoever was sending them seemed to know everything: where he worked, where he lived, who he talked to. It felt inescapable. Then, in August of 2013, everything escalated. Liz Golyar's house caught fire in the middle of the night. The flames destroyed nearly everything. Her pets were trapped inside and killed. Liz told investigators she believed Cari Farver had set the fire as revenge. Given the months of threats, it seemed plausible. Police investigated, but once again, the trail went cold. Years passed. Cari Farver remained missing. Her mother continued searching. Dave lived under constant psychological siege. Liz remained the victim in the story, a woman haunted by a jealous stalker. To the outside world, Kari became something else entirely. A ghost, unseen, but everywhere. But something about the case didn't sit right. Investigators noticed patterns in the messages. The language was repetitive, the tone was consistent, the timing was suspicious. And despite years of supposed stalking, not one person had seen Kari in public, not once. No security footage, no witnesses, no sightings. In 2015, investigators decided to start over. This time, they focused on digital evidence. Old phones, laptops, tablets, email accounts, all connected to Liz Golyar. What they found would finally shatter the illusion. On an old tablet linked to Liz, investigators recovered a deleted photograph. It was grainy, disturbing, a close-up image of a woman's foot. On that foot was a tattoo known to belong to Cari Farver. In that moment, everything changed. Cari Farver had not been sending messages. She had not been stalking anyone. She had not burned down Liz's house. Cari Farver had been dead the entire time. Investigators now believed that on the night Kari went to Dave's apartment in November 2012, Liz Golyar confronted her. Fueled by jealousy and obsession, Liz murdered Kari. But that wasn't the most disturbing part. Liz didn't just kill Kari. She erased her, and then became her. Using Kari's phones, email addresses, and social accounts, Liz sent thousands of messages pretending to be her. She created a digital ghost, a living illusion to deflect suspicion and control the narrative. She sent threats to Dave. She sent threats to herself. She harassed herself. She even set her own house on fire to make the lie believable. For nearly 4 years, Liz controlled every angle of the story. She was the victim, the witness, and the killer all at once. As investigators dug deeper, the evidence became overwhelming. Liz's DNA and fingerprints were found in Kari's abandoned car. Cell phone records placed Liz in key locations. IP addresses tied her directly to the messages. The digital ghost collapsed. In December 2016, Liz Golyar was arrested. She was charged with first-degree murder, arson, and multiple counts related to stalking and false reporting. At trial, prosecutors revealed the full truth. This was not a crime of impulse. It was a crime of obsession, control, and manipulation carried out over years. Liz denied everything. She claimed she was framed. She insisted someone else committed the murder and used her devices. She maintained her innocence, even as the evidence closed in. The jury didn't believe her. In 2017, Liz Golyar was found guilty. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Today, Liz Golyar remains incarcerated at the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women. Dave Krupa survived, but his life was permanently altered. He has spoken about the fear, guilt, and trauma of realizing he was unknowingly trapped at the center of a deadly obsession. Cari Farver never got justice in her lifetime. For years, she was painted as a villain in her own disappearance, a stalker, a threat, a monster. In reality, she was a victim whose voice was stolen and used against her. And with that, this case is closed.